Alright, here's another episode review for episode 4 of Dragon Ball Daima. This episode was good, man. There was quite a bit that happened in this one. Man, where to start? Where to start with this one? First of all, I'm really enjoying this show. Man, I don't know what they got cooking and what they got going on, but this thing has definitely been in the oven lately. And they're whipping up something crazy with this because, wow, like it's just the fact that they're exploring the whole demon realm is dope, man. And we're getting all this lore being like just discovered and uncovered. I love it, man. I love it. But anyway, so this video basically, or this episode basically ends up starting off with them just kind of running and trying to find a vehicle because they just got hijacked basically in the last episode by the dudes they beat up in the bar or in the restaurant. And now they're basically on foot, and they're basically just well, Glorio is kind of like the guide since he's actually from the demon realm, so he knows what's going on more than Supreme Kai and Goku. But yeah, Glorio's the guide for sure, and he's just telling them about things like how they can fly, but they shouldn't do it for long because it's basically just gonna exert a bunch of energy, and they should just probably travel on foot. So they do that, and they do end up coming across a big ass monster, like some kind of like giant, like green monster. And we actually get to see Glorio fight in this, and I think that's pretty cool because we got a little bit of a display when he like hit the dudes in the bar, and he just kind of knocked them back and whatever. It was kind of impressive, but this is the real feats right here. Like he's flying up in the air, he's punching and kicking this like giant fish monster demon thing. Not sure what it is. But it's definitely something crazy, and he ends up beating the hell out of it, and they just do their thing, and the monster drops into like the black sea, the black fog, and then Glorio keeps emphasizing like, hey, do not fall in this because you will be gone forever. And this is where this monster falls. So they end up getting rid of the big monster, ends up falling into like the black mist and whatnot, and you don't see it anymore. So they end up going on, whatever, and they end up finding like their shop. And they're trying to find a vehicle. So Glorio is actually like haggling with the, I guess the merchant, the guy, that sells everything, the owner or whatever. And he ends up getting a price finally that wasn't too crazy. And they end up hooking him up with a vehicle, or them up with a vehicle. And it's not your typical vehicle. It's just kind of like a catapult. Yeah, I thought that was funny as hell, man, because I was over here expecting like a little spaceship, a little plane, something within that line, right? But no, they end up getting like a literal catapult, basically. So they all get on top of the thing and hug onto it, and they end up going like super fast throughout the air. It's kind of like the whole Tao Pai Pai scene from the original Dragon Ball, where he like takes the pillar from the building and ends up throwing it and jumping on it. It's something like that, but they're just holding on to it, basically just riding the pillar while it like zooms and flies through the air. And I think it's hilarious because whenever they're flying through the air, they're all like tripping, basically. And oh, like how we're gonna get down? Oh, like at the last second we're gonna jump off so we don't die, and whatnot. But yeah, I think it was awesome, man. Like that was funny. Oh, going back, I totally forgot about this. But whenever they were in the shop buying the vehicle, they end up seeing like Goku ends up seeing like some baskets on sale, or like just baskets full of like these special bugs. And basically these bugs are like the equivalent of what we've got from Dragon Ball, like from Earth and like what the gods have. So apparently like there's one bug that ends up like basically acting as a sensu bean. And even Goku says that. He's like, oh, like these are basically like sensu beans. Like, if you're low health and you need like low stamina and you're about to die, just you could eat one of these and it acts like a sensu bean. I thought that was really cool. And also there's a fusion bug that if somebody eats it, that they fuse with somebody else. So there are fusions probably coming our way. Now, I hope Toei and Toriyama, whoever else wrote this and helped with it, doesn't tease the audience, because that would be real fucked up, because Dragon Ball is for the fusions, bro. That's what people love about Dragon Ball, is the fusions. That's just like the main thing. People love fusions. People love the toys, the figures. Everybody loves Vegeta and Gogeta. Like, that's just what it is, right? So if we get to see fusions, that would be dope as hell. So we kind of got teased there. But yeah, going forward, they end up getting this vehicle catapulting across like the demon realm, the land. I don't know how far they went, but they went pretty far, I'd say. So I think it was worth the money that they spent. So they end up doing that. Goku does have those bugs. They bought a couple of those bugs, so he has a little pouch in his gi. In his shirt, he has a pouch with those multiple bugs that they bought, the fusion, the sensu bean ones, and I saw a couple colors in there. So I guess we'll find out which ones those are exactly. But definitely the sensu bean equivalent and the fusion have to be one of those few little bugs that they bought. But anyway, they end up landing, and I guess like it's like a little village or something like that, little temple. Or some kind of like fountain that Goku like ends up just running to and just dunking his face in, because they're basically in the desert. The Demon Realm, at least this part of it, is like a giant desert. So like obviously they're thirsty and hungry and shit. So Goku he just ends up like dunking his face like in a well, and it could have just been anything. Like, thank God like it wasn't some poison or some kind of cursed water or some shit, right? Some poison shit. I don't know. But he ends up doing it. He ends up being good. Glorio says it should be fine. Supreme Kai was concerned. He's like, "Yo, dude, don't drink that. Is that safe to drink?" But Glorio kind of confirms that should be all right. But they do end up walking forward and end up coming up to a village. And now this village has like a bunch of like, I don't know, just people. I don't know, just I guess like citizens, or people that live in the village. And this is like this military, I guess the demon police, basically the demon military, and they're over there basically like trying to spread the word that like the new king is Goma. The new like little demon king is a little short guy from the first 2 episodes. He's the new king. He's the new shit. Bow down before him. You should know his name. Blah 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 blah. And these like demon police guys are basically like harassing these villagers and like, hey, like if you want to live and if you want to be okay, you got to give us 3 gold coins or some shit like that. And I guess gold coins must be really hard to come around, because all these villagers are like, what the hell? Like, that's cruel. That's so messed up. So some people end up, coughing it up, and some people just can't afford it. So if you can't afford it, they end up like making you get on your knees, and they put some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of device like a clamp on the back of their neck, and there's like some like container or like device behind them, and it's like a bunch of blue goo, like a bunch of blue water. Blue goo is some kind of energy, I don't know, some kind of blue liquid. Anyways, there's a guy that can't afford it, so they end up putting the device and clamping the back of his neck, and it like sucks up like the blue liquid into like from his neck through the tube into the machine, and we don't know what it is. It's just a bunch of blue bubbles and blue liquid, and we don't know. Looks like fucking just blue slime. I don't know. Anyway, that's interesting. And I guess another guy ends up, almost getting sucked up, because this is what this is. They're getting sucked up, okay? So all these villagers are tripping, and Goku just can't, he's trying to bite his tongue and trying to stay back, but Goku just couldn't take it anymore, man. But actually before that, there was this little person, like a little masked hero that comes in and tries to like save the day, and throws like a little green gas bomb, but I guess it doesn't really do much. So they end up running away and not really doing much. And I do believe one of the guys went to go catch the little person, the little masked hero, after the little person actually used a taser on some of the police guys, so they get pissed off. They're trying to catch her, and one of the guys, the main bad guy with like the big scar on his eye and his face, ends up catching the little vigilante, I guess you could say. And Goku ends up seeing it, and he ends up coming in and like beating the hell out of all these military dudes and just beating them up, punching, kicking them, slamming them with the power pole. They basically don't stand a chance against Goku, and I think that's hilarious. But he's strong as hell, right? So this is literally post Majin Buu saga Goku. Like, he's still like pinnacle. Like, he's still super damn, like, super fucking strong. Anyway, yeah. So he ends up like smacking these dudes up. Yeah, no, man. It was a good episode, man. Like I said, he ends up smacking these guys up. These like police guards and whatnot. They're shooting like their staff blast at him. Goku's running away, jumping over buildings and shit. And yeah, they end up regrouping Glorio, Supreme Kai, and Goku, and end up running away. And man, let me tell you, the animation for this was amazing. It was really freaking nice. Really freaking nice. And there's just one guy that just ends up getting punched by Goku, is set flying. Goku's over here freaking spinning the power pole and deflecting these blasts. Dude, it's cool as hell. And there's one guy in particular that gets hit in the nuts. It's heavily implied that he gets hit in the fucking nuts. And that's basically all of them, man. Like, there was, I don't know, maybe 20 guys, and Goku just ends up bodying all of them, man. It's crazy. And then he talks about him going too far. So yeah, like I said, they end up, the three of them, Glorio, Goku, and Supreme Kai, end up regrouping, running out of the village and hiding. And while they're like catching their breath, basically that little mysterious masked person ends up showing up and taking their mask off, and you find out it's like some kind of little girl, some kind of demon girl. She's a blue, pointy ears, all that. And yeah, I guess it's a new character. I would only assume that she's gonna probably tag along with them, because you do see her in the intro. So the intro and outro, I believe. So we'll see it. I do believe they are going to make their way to the Dragon Balls, the Demon Realm Dragon Balls, and I think there's only 3 of them. But Neva, the old Namekian from the first episode, he is the one that created those beings. Because I do believe each of the Dragon Balls are in their chest, kind of like Omega Shenron, at least from what I've seen. And yeah, I guess they're like the guards of the balls. Like, they're really strong. And if you want to get one of the Dragon Balls, which no one ever has, because I guess the guys were too strong, or people in the Demon Realm were just too weak, I don't know. No one ever has gotten the Dragon Balls from those people, the guards that protect it or whatever. So I guess Goku and them are on their way to go find those. So they're gonna hopefully, summon this dragon. We get to see what it looks like. I hope the design is cool as hell. I hope like the wish conditions are interesting or wacky. Or I guess we'll see. But all in all, man, this episode was good. Episode 4 of Dragon Ball Daima, Chatty, I believe the name was. It was good. You guys should definitely watch it. Definitely pop in for the next review. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. You guys have a good day, and you take care. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely get some comments in there, man. I'd love to start talking about Dragon Ball with you guys and see what you guys are thinking. If you love it, hate it, any predictions, any kind of thoughts, man. I just want to let's get a conversation going in there. I'd be down for that. But other than that, you guys have a great day and take care.